you want to do an intro?
Oh, intro. That's a long time ago. Welcome to Podcastmon Heroes.
We're back, boys. We had a short hiatus, but we always were going to be back. That was always the plan.
But now without the game.
Well, yeah, the game's dead. The game's dead, but we got other stuff to talk about. I didn't actually think about doing this as a show. I was just planning to talk, but I guess we should intro. We just watched the O2, The Beginning Digimon movie, all in Japanese. Neither of us particularly speak much Japanese, so it was an interesting experience. I felt like I got the general gist. Did you get the general gist?
Yes, but like
A few things.
Well, I think I got most of it. It's just like the details. It's like, don't ask me about them.
That's what I'm planning to do. That is my intentions for this. One thing that I was trying to work out, and I'm curious your thoughts on. Again, spoiler warning. Tune out now immediately if you're worried about spoilers. So there's a point towards the end where the new Digimon partner is producing all of these eggs, the Digitamas, and at first I was kind of a bit confused because I'm like, it seems like he wanted to give everyone a Digimon partner, and I'm like, that seems like a good thing. Why are the like heroes trying to stop him? I want a Digimon partner. Why are you stopping that? What was your interpretation on that? Was that the same?
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
And those motherfuckers just took my Agumon away.
Right. So I came up with one other theory because he seemed from what I understood, and I could understand a decent amount, was that, and context, it was fairly obvious as well, that his Digimon was like, he had a shitty life, and his Digimon was like making this fake life by controlling his parents and friends. It was kind of like creepy. That point where he turned to the camera was really cool. And he was saying, my Japanese couldn't quite translate it, but he was saying like, everyone will be your friend or something, or I'll make everyone. So I'm thinking maybe those Digitama were in some way corrupt, and they were going to like mind control everyone into like being Louis' friend. Louis is the new guy.
When he got the Digitama initially, like the egg, he made like sort of a wish or something. Like he wanted everyone to be his friends, right? And then I think that's why the Digimon that hatched manifested that power to control people
in a weird like psycho way.
But what I didn't understand was, were the people that he controlled still alive? Because when he stopped controlling his parents,
fucking died.
They just fell over.
And I mean, his dad was like clearly like very sick. And so the Digimon like brought his dad back to life. So that would make sense that his dad would just collapse, but his mom collapsed too. So implication being that like his control of her or something either killed her or she was destined to die anyway, and he revived her at some point.
But what about those kids at his birthday party then?
They came out of nowhere. They definitely were not like real, or they were being controlled. They just like, I'm pretty sure, again, missed some of the context because I didn't understand exactly what was saying, but I think he was like, something was mentioned like, I wish I had friends here, or it would be nice if I had, and then it was like, and then they came out of like a door. They were just in his house. It was kind of creepy, but I quite liked it.
Yeah, it was good. Not enough Gomamon again.
Tragically no Gomamon or Agumon Hakase, let alone any Agumon. I like the new Digimon. I think it's super ugly. I really don't like. What did you think of the new Digimon? His mouth upsets me. It's just like his face looks like a pair of butt cheeks or something, and then his mouth is just like a sad pancake underneath.
It's like a separate thing. It doesn't feel like connected to his face. His design is weird, but I like the tentacles. I like the tentacles that came out of his like. Hand thingies.
So I'm 90% sure. Well, I'm pretty certain he's based on a sea angel. Do you know sea angels?
So isn't the marine angel?
Exactly,
also?
Which I'm like, we already have a sea angel design one. But it definitely was like a sea angel. It looks similar to Marine Angelmon, right? But this looks more like a real sea angel. You have your phone, right?
Yes.
I don't want to move my phone because it's recording, but Google sea angel. When his head opened and like all those tentacles, sea angels actually do that. They look cute, but then their heads open into like this weird, disgusting like mouth. You see them if you've ever played Animal Crossing. They do it. You can catch them just by fishing, and then you see them open their like head. Yeah, look, that's it, right? And it's even got like the kind of like weird crystal he had in his stomach. But scroll through until you see one of his of like the mouth's opening, or if you search, look, it's just like that, right?
It's the same.
So I like the design in that it was based off that, although his face was just very ugly. I thought.
Yeah.
But I liked the inspiration, and I also was getting like a kind of fungus. Like it was almost like the eggs were like spores, and it like seemed to have like spore energy going on. So I like some of the design inspiration, but I wouldn't want him as my partner just because his face was just like, it wasn't very emotive. It looked kind of like a dead fish or like a blobfish or something.
Yeah. He wasn't very, especially after he lost his eye. It was kind of. That was also just a black hole. Like, what did they do there?
Oh yeah, that was really weird. Kind of dark, but not too dark. Like kids could watch it. But yeah, he just like gave him his eye, transplanted his eye into his. I was kind of hoping and expecting they would do something like that. I could see data or something, and that was going to be a story element. Like when he had the eye, he could see some corruption or something. They didn't go that way, but I was kind of expecting that.
Yeah. I didn't catch the name of the new Digimon, but
I think it says it on the back of your card pad. I think it's Ukomon.
Ukomon,
because I'm pretty sure his partner Louis said like your Unkomon, which means like your Poomon. Unko is poop, so I'm pretty sure it sounds like poop. But he was like nah mate, Unko. Uko. No N.
I fully expected him to Digivolve.
Right?
But
that's the other thing. We got one new Digimon. I was expecting more. I was expecting him to Digivolve, but we got nothing. I also was hoping that we were going to see a new Palindromon form.
Right. The end fight was kind of lackluster to be honest.
I enjoyed the fight scenes, but it was over, and I was expecting when it did that final shot and he started to disappear. I expected it was going to go like a singularity, and then like a new form was going to come out, and then there was going to be a new paladin form. But I was hoping,
that would also kind of remind me of Tri, where like every time they beat whatever the name Mekomon
just came back.
It was just a new form.
So.
Which at some point is just annoying.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird that it's just like it's like Kurumon, right? He doesn't have any evolutions. It's just like a single rookie stage, I guess. But I was hoping for something new, and that his Digivolutions might look a bit cooler. But
he also the partner and the partner Digimon were together for like at least 3 years or something.
Yeah, so
right?
when he first got him, it was on his 4th birthday.
Yeah.
And then that birthday scene where the friends came in was his 8th birthday. So they were saying like it's 4-year anniversary.
4 year.
So he was with it for 4 years,
Have we ever had a Digimon that's been with his partner for 4 years and not Digivolve?
I mean, I guess if you're a really shit tamer, then maybe. No, I guess it's a good point.
Like Agumon technically Digivolved within 10 minutes of
that's true, but I feel like the Digi-Destin... Are all the kids called Digis? I forget.
Technically, yes.
So what are the 8 called? Are they called the Chosen 8 or something? I forget. But anyway, those guys, I guess they're just like prodigies when it comes to Digimon. And then like other people have Digimon all over the world, but they're not like saving the world in the same way because they're not like prodigies. Yeah. Because the whole O2, there was a lot of Jawgress going on.
Yeah.
I was hoping there was going to be a Jawgress with all the O2 Digimon. Like, what was it? What are they called? There's
like Omegamon Mercy mode.
Yeah, we got the new Omegamon, right? But because again, spoilers for Tri and Last Evolution, Agumon and Gabumon gone, I guess Omegamon is also gone, so they couldn't do Palindrome mode. But I was hoping they'd Jawgress with the other 2 or something. But we didn't get that, which is like fair enough. I understand like just not wanting to just make a new toy sales like thing. like we can sell new Merciful Mode toys now. But I was kind of a little disappointed that we didn't get any evolution or new forms. But I understand people already have like Omegamon fatigue because there's like 500 Omegamon.
That's true.
But it would have been cool to get something. I'm also kind of like the story was pretty small. Like, which is okay sometimes to have a small story, but like you know, once again, we didn't go to the digital world, which is a shame because I really like the digital world. Same with like Cyber Sleuth. I was like, I really wanted to, I don't know, it's just like I like the setting. It's a lot more interesting to me than the real world with like Digimon just kind of like showing up.
Yeah. But Cyber Sleuth is more like, almost like Mega Man Battle Network, where you just jack into PCs and stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Like, you technically go to the digital world, only not the digital world like that we know.
Yeah. Although you do spoilers. You don't care about... Okay, spoiler for Cyber Sleuth as well. In the end, you go into the digital world very briefly, but it's just like you're walking around like the digital world we know, like forested kind of like natural areas with like weird digital chips or whatever in the ground. Like, but it's just like a very linear section that only lasts like 2 minutes or something.
Right.
But I was so excited when it happened and it was just over immediately. But yeah, so fair play to Cyber Sleuth. You do see it momentarily. Anyway, that's fair enough that they wanted to do like a small story and stuff. But yeah, there wasn't like... I'm also curious, like, what was the big threat? It didn't feel like too threatening either, but maybe that was part of it. What else?
I was kind of confused about... so right before I forgot his name again, the Pooh Digimon. Right before he
Pokemon.
stopped controlling his the partner's parents.
Yeah.
They were watching TV.
Yeah.
And they were seeing the battle between Diaboromon and Omegamon.
Yeah.
And then the partner Digimon said something, but I think he said like his friend was Diaboromon, or did I misunderstand that?
Oh, I didn't catch that either. Yeah, he said something that Louis, his partner, was like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't catch that unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he just started like saying weird stuff. I guess like it was weird, misunderstood, or like I don't know, maybe Apocalypmon or whatever it was like trying to make everyone into, I don't know. But anyway, that was interesting, like crossover that it was on TV.
Yeah.
I like the fact that Digimon seemed like way more accepted in this movie.
Yeah.
Like people just had their partners just out and about.
And no one cared.
Like in Try, they had to always like pretend they were toys or whatever.
Yeah.
Another thing that I'm annoyed by, talking about how sometimes it feels like they add new Omegamon to sell new merchandise or whatever. All of these movies, Try. Did you watch all of Try?
Yes.
So Try,
it's been a while, but
New Evolution, Last Evolution, and The Beginning. All of them feature a new person with a new partner.
Yeah.
There's Meikumon, who is evil.
Yeah.
Then in Last Evolution, there's this Butterflymon, I forget what they're called, and they're evil in some way, form. Like obviously, because it's Digimon, often it's like not malicious, but it's just corrupted or whatever.
Yeah.
And then in this one, again, a new partner and they're evil. And the whole story is not really about the characters we know. It's about Louis and Ukomon, the new Digimon. It's like, that's cool, but
we don't have a bond with him.
Exactly, we have no bond. You're like, hey, care about this character. It's like, did you ever play Fallout 4?
No.
So like right at the start of the... spoilers for Fallout 4. Right at the start of the game, you like make your wife, you make yourself, and then you have a kid. And then immediately they kill your kid, and the whole quest, the whole game is like to avenge your kid. And it's like, oh no, they take your kid, sorry, they kill your wife and take your kid, and the whole event's get your kid back. It's like, I don't know my kid, you just like showed me a kid and you're like, this is your kid. It's not like I actually like
spend hours,
conceived this child and like my pregnant wife for 9 months. It's like, I have no bond to it, and like the people that making it just don't really seem to understand that like you can't just like thrust a new character in and get people to immediately care about them. So Louis had like a shit life and stuff, and it's like, it's obviously sad and I feel bad for him, but I also, you've just shown me this person. I'm not going to have the same emotional bond to them, and the whole story is about them. So that kind of is getting a little bit tiring for me. I'd like either they could try and I guess maybe what they're worried about is if they did a story focusing on the existing characters and they like added a new element, like there was elements of abuse in this film and stuff. If they did that with existing characters, it might upset long-standing fans, because they're like, this is a new dimension that you've corrupted this character that I love. So I can understand that. So if they don't want to do that, I'd be interested to see like a new movie, just whole new characters, because they're like using existing characters to sell the movie, it's not really about them. I'd be more interested to see a new story rather than this kind of pseudo story that's tacked on to existing characters.
Yeah, I feel like Try did it slightly better because it was longer, so like you had more time to get
for sure. Yeah,
like, get to know the new character. And in this case, it's like what is it, 1.5, 2 hour movie?
Yeah, I think around 2 hours.
Yeah, like after half an hour, the big bad starts to show basically, and then you have to care. But in Try, it's more like after like 3 episodes of an hour each, you're getting there.
Yeah. So, So Try was good and bad in different ways, but I liked it. Was longer and there was definitely more of a narrative going on. This movie didn't lend itself because of just the length to like developing these characters. But I mean, I enjoyed it.
So let's assume that they would make a prequel to this movie. And
to this movie?
Yeah, it's all about the new character. And then you would watch that first, and then you would watch the movie. Would it be better?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I guess it would be better. Would it be worth their time though? It'd be better than just this movie. But would it be worth that compared to just a whole new story? Because they're still tagging Louis on to the existing characters.
Fair enough.
Like they showed us that like people all over the world have Digimon, and yet we're still just in Japan with the same like 6 children.
Right.
Which I like those kids, and I'd rather have a story that's either just about them or something entirely new, rather than just using them as like the selling point. Like it wasn't really about them. There's also another element that we'll have to look up later because it definitely was in the synopsis. But Louis was something like he was the first ever person to have a partner.
Yeah.
He was the first of something, and I'm remembering this from the synopsis, not the movie. But yeah, he was meant to be like his Digivice was the first or something.
Yeah.
That's why it's called The Beginning.
Because he they go back in time at the start of the movie.
Yes.
And then you see Tai and what's her name? Hikari. You see them walking past, and then this guy is like, "Oh no, that is me."
Yeah,
and he's just walking past them.
Yeah.
And then, in that moment, is he already holding his Digivice, or does he get it moments later?
He gets it. So that's where he's chasing after his mom. That's when they get home for his birthday. Made the burger. He gets chucked outside. Then.
Oh yeah, then the Digimon appears,
then the egg hit, and then he gets from inside the ice cake.
Right. I forgot about that.
Another thing that I wasn't sure if I'm fairly certain there's an answer for, but I thought I got the answer. Then I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. When they had the 6 Digivolution animations happening at the same time, Angemon's was the only different one. At first, I was like, that's really obvious. Yeah. That's weird. Then awkward. I was like, okay, it's because she's one of the main 8, so she has her crest and stuff. Then I was like, what about Patamon?
Yeah.
Why was Patamon's not different? Do you know why that is?
They wanted all of them to digivolve at the same time.
Yeah.
And Gatomon is already a champion, of course.
Oh.
And then that's why
Angewoman.
That's why Angewoman got hit.
Yeah.
And then de-digivolved to Gatomon so that it could fuse DNA digivolve to the other one.
That makes sense.
They wanted all of them because it's also awkward. It's just 5 of them, and Gatomon is just like there.
Yeah. Oh, so Angemon's animation would have been the same if it was Angemon to Seraphimon. Then you think it would have been the same?
Magna Angemon, right?
Yes, Magna Angemon.
Yeah.
Then it would have been the same animation.
Yes.
You think? Okay, so it's because she was already champion. That makes sense. At first I was like, why is that happening? I was like, okay, because it had the crest, and I was like, okay, it's because of the crest. And I was like, wait, Patamon, what's up?
Well, Patamon is a rookie, so he goes to champion.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like the joke. I don't know if you caught it. There was one moment where they were all in that dark room for some reason, where they had the like TV. I forget what the kid's name is with the like armadillo. Is it Armadillomon?
Armadillomon, yeah.
Is that
something with Ko? I don't remember.
Something. Anyway, him in that room where he was on the computers and he's like explaining the situation or something, and then like Patamon basically just says like, I see.
Yeah.
And then TK's like, you didn't understand at all, did you? And he's like, nope. I was like, I like that joke.
Yeah.
I like Patamon. Patamon, like the Patamon in Try as well was just like super cute. Like, I love Gomamon, but Patamon is like a close second. He's a cute guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was.
And Angemon, like the first appearance of Angemon was so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good movie. It was a fun time. Yeah, it had some issues, same as Last Evolution and Try, but yeah.
One more question.
Yeah.
The big Digitama that was floating above the tower. Was that Tokyo Tower or was that
Tokyo
Tokyo
Tower.
Skytree?
Tokyo Tower, yeah.
Tokyo Tower.
It was the like Eiffel Tower shaped one.
Because of course, I don't know if anyone's going to listen to this, but we're looking at the Skytree from here. Because we're actually in Tokyo.
No, that's Tokyo Tower.
Is that Tokyo Tower?
Yeah, I think that's Tokyo Tower.
No.
Skytree is like circular at the top, and then it has like a needle. So I think that's Tokyo Tower. We'll check after, or you can check your phone. You can use the like GPS. See.
I walked from my hotel, which is in this area, Ueno, to Tokyo Skytree.
Yeah.
And I think we walked in that direction. But
could be maybe because it's dark. But when we were so we just walked through Ueno Park.
Yeah.
And when it was not blocked by the building, I swear I could see the shape was like that, right?
Oh, okay.
I don't know, maybe not, but yeah. When you walk, because you're walking that way after. Have a look, because Skytree is like have you been to Skytree?
Yeah.
It's just like a straight thing, right?
I didn't go
towers
up,
like
I did go to it.
So you'll be able to see by the shape. If it starts like leveling out, then
I also went to the Tokyo Tower, to be honest.
Oh, I haven't actually been inside. Did you go inside?
I didn't go inside.
I've heard it's kind of whatever.
So my girlfriend and I just came from Shanghai, and we went to Shanghai Tower.
Yeah.
Which is 800 meters tall.
Yeah.
The Tokyo Skytree is only 600 meters tall. So we were like, we just went up that huge building. We're not gonna go into its smaller cousin.
I've got to be honest. I don't know why Tokyo Tower is so popular. I find it kind of boring. It's not that big. I don't think there's anything interesting inside.
Yeah. Tokyo Tower is even smaller than the Skytree.
Yeah. So Skytree, I understand. It's it's cool enough. It's cool.
Yeah.
But Tokyo Tower is seen as a very iconic building, but to me it's kind of
it's just a copy of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Smaller.
And
is
red.
It smaller?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Maybe who knows? I've been up the Eiffel Tower.
Me too.
But it was a good movie. Anything else that was interesting that happened? I think that's pretty much it. But
I always find it awkward, but that's just O2. I always find it awkward that TK and Hikari are there, and the rest isn't.
Oh yeah. It's I get that too.
It's a bit. I understand that they're the younger siblings that technically are sort of out of the boat, but also kind of part of it. But
it's slightly strange vibes. And then Taichi was on TV, right, doing something.
Right.
And I didn't see Agumon with him. And considering we saw all the other partners, I'm wondering if this is in the same universe as Last Evolution.
Right. We saw him on TV. I had the feeling he was
he was doing some negotiations or business. Yes.
Yeah.
He was in some business suit, looked very proper.
Very out of sorts.
But no Agumon. So I'm wondering, they didn't really tie it into Last Evolution, which, is interesting because they could make Last Evolution more of a thing, because like I was saying earlier, Agumon and Gammon just disappear and that's the end. It's it feels like there should be more. There should be a way that they undo that or something. That's a bit sad. Wow. But that's just the ending.
Digimon is kind of known for just silently retconning things, right? So
but I feel
I don't know.
If the whole thing is there's a limited amount of evolutions you can have, and then again it's been years, but if I'm remembering it right, then that means that all the other Digimon should also have Last Evolutions.
Yeah.
So it feels like there should be we need to do something about this. Otherwise it's just a bit depressing.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do Last Evolution 2 at some point, but it doesn't feel like it.
Speaking of the Digimon disappearing.
Yeah.
This movie, the Digivices did disappear, but the Digimon stayed.
Yeah.
What up with that?
Yeah, I don't really know.
We already talked about it before, but it felt kind of weird.
Yeah, and then data was coming out of the Digivices. I wasn't sure if it was just transferring some data or something, but then the Digivices did disappear.
Yeah. And we also saw the international other people with Digivices. Their Digivice also glowed and shot out data somewhere.
They had
everyone's Digivice is gone?
But they had the O2 Digivices, right? Oh, but then Louis' Digivice was like the original.
Yeah.
And his disappeared as well. So I guess like all versions disappeared.
So now no one has a Digivice.
But the Digimon stayed there, which I don't. What is a Digivoice? What is the point of a Digivice? I don't know what this means. I feel like it's because I'm not like fully read up on my Digimon lore. Like if I went and like reminded myself, I'm sure there's like some logic that would make sense, but I just didn't really. I didn't really get why that was happening. But I'll look it up later. Again, we was watching it in Japanese, and I feel like we got the general gist, but we might get some more information if we look it up. But yeah, I enjoyed that. Yeah. I guess the next thing will be an 03 movie, which is the last season I really care about. So I'm excited to see what they do with that.
Remind me, what is 03?
Or not 03, Digimon Tamers. With like Guilmon, Terriermon,
like
Renamon.
That was the TCG ads, basically. It was all about, we have these cards and now they also have Digimon, right?
Yeah, maybe. You know what? The next Digimon season with like Dukemon. You know the one I'm talking about? Yeah. You watched that one, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine the next movie.
I never know what the order is. Like you have the Data Squad and stuff. And
Data Squad. So it's Digimon, like the original Digimon, then Digimon 02.
Yeah.
Then Digimon Tamers, which is the one with Dukemon, Guilmon.
Right.
And then I think Digimon Frontier.
Oh yeah, where they have the weird spirits and the humans turn into Digimon.
I didn't really watch Frontier, so I'm not bothered about that.
I watched it, but it was
it wasn't something for me. Yeah. So then is it Digimon Data Squad? Possibly. Data Squad I did watch. Good. That was alright. Yeah. So, and then after that, Cross. Digimon.
Right.
Cross.
I never watched that.
No. And then wasn't there like a second? There was like. Digimon Cross was almost like 2 parts.
Yeah, something like that.
There was like Digimon with like the red Shoutmon.
Right.
And then there was the like purple one. I forget what he's called. Do you remember? Like
I didn't watch it, so I really don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, there's those which might be a 2-part, and then I've been Applemon after that. Or was there?
There was a huge gap in between, I think. But yeah, there was Applemon is there.
Yeah, there's a big break.
And then there was Ghost Squad.
Ghost Squad. I actually didn't mind Ghost Squad. I haven't watched all of it, but it's all right. It's a lot more agreeable than things like Frontier to original fans, and Cross, which was like really weird, and Applemon, Cross, and Frontier all didn't feel like traditional Digimon. They were like weird spins.
Applemon wasn't original Digimon.
Digimon Universe Applemon. So it's like same universe, but they weren't quite the same. So yeah, again, it's a spin-off.
I never finished Applemon, but I didn't mind it.
It wasn't great, but it was okay.
Yeah, except for the one episode where they introduced Agumon, and he also digivolved into like Wargreymon, and I think even Omegamon.
I don't know if I saw that one.
That episode was
weird.
Kind of cool, but kind of weird because it's cool because like Agumon,
it's fan service, but also like it kind of messes with the universe a little bit. It feels like. It feels like Applemon would have to exist in a different universe.
Exactly, for it to make sense.
Yeah, but Digimon don't care about that, and fair enough, But Ghost Squad wasn't bad, but yeah, I imagine the next thing will be 03 movie, because I think it must have been an anniversary for 02 somewhat recently, and so 03 anniversary will come up, and then I guess there'll be a movie of that, probably. But then like Digimon like had a long dead kind of zone, right? Like you say, like after Cross, wasn't it like dead for like a good like 5-10 years or something? It felt like there's not much happening.
I honestly I don't really know that much, because like in the Netherlands after 02 it just wasn't on TV.
Oh really? Even though like Tamers was like super big. I remember watching Tamers.
Yeah, it wasn't on TV, so I watched it like years later, but when I totally not illegally downloaded it.
Hey.
And and then I just didn't get around to what is it called, X-Cross or something, or Cross? Or
it's Cross spelt with an X. I imagine it's meant to be said Cross.
Yeah.
Because it's a cross, but X-Cross.
I just didn't get to it, and then I just never watched it.
It was like a weird thing where they like did weird like fusion, like it was like I think it might have been called fusions, not even like Jogress. It was like weird Jogress, but
it wasn't Jogress though.
No, they weren't as logical as Jogress. Like here's Wargreymon, here's Metalgarurumon. Together they make a guy that has features of both.
It'd be like, that's not always the case.
True. But so maybe it is the same. Maybe it's just nostalgia.
Shakumon comes to mind.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it just was weird, and then there was all these little stars and stuff. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of cross-era stuff.
But anyway, getting back to what I said, because it wasn't on TV in the Netherlands, it felt like the gap was way longer. Because it just I couldn't watch it. There wasn't, in my perspective, there was nothing. But the Netherlands, they made weird choices like that with other anime also. Like Shaman King was on TV in the Netherlands until like episode 16. Episode 17, someone was killed. Let's not do that anymore.
Whoa, interesting. Well,
it just wasn't on TV anymore.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard about Shaman King. First time I heard about Shaman King was since getting to Japan. But I've heard lots of people mentioning watching it, or a number of people. But it just was not on my radar at all. Fair.
Speaking of Applemon, getting back to Applemon rather. I've been running around Tokyo for a week now.
Right.
I've seen merch of basically everything that was ever created.
Yeah.
No Applemon. Nowhere.
I think people want to forget about Applemon. I mean, definitely when I came on holiday to Japan in 2016 at Christmas, so 2016 New Year to 2017, they had Applemon stuff, but I think it was still airing.
Okay.
And then interestingly, when I moved to Japan a couple of years after that, there was so you get, gachas. They also have trading card ones, rarely, where you turn it and a little stick of trading cards come out. And in my mall near where I live, there was still some Applemon trading cards, because there was some cards they released.
There were cards?
Yeah, there was some cards they released. Which I thought was, the only thing that I liked about it is that there were cards of Agumon and Wargreymon and possibly Omegamon, which I was like, why did they do that? I don't know, but I like it. But now the fact that there was an episode with them in makes sense now. I thought they were just people don't even want these Applemon cards, so let's just put some Wargreymon in. But that makes sense. But they were okay. I've got some of them, and I, at various times. But yeah, it was still in there probably 2 to 3 years after they were installed in that machine, and I'm literally no one wants those. I think it just wasn't very commercially successful, and so. Yeah, I guess they kind of do want to forget about it.
They did make a 3DS game, but it was Japan exclusive.
Yeah.
And my mate went to Japan, I think 1.5 years ago.
Yeah.
He was able to get me that game for approximately €10, something like that. So 1,500 yen, something like that. So I guess there is merch around. I just nowhere could I find it.
It's certainly, there's Digimon merch already is hard to find. It's still fairly niche compared to Pokemon or stuff.
Well, yeah, Pokemon is the biggest franchise in the world. What do you want?
But I mean, different things as well, like Dragon Ball and stuff. You see a lot more than Digimon. Digimon definitely has a decent following and makes money, but
Pokemon and Dragon Ball, it's
national treasures.
If you put it in a list, then you have One Piece and what else? That's the Bleach. Big three basically. Bleach is not even that.
Just big three franchises in Japan. Yeah, Pokemon. I would say not even Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, I'd say One Piece. Dragon Ball is huge, but One Piece is a way of life. I feel I haven't even watched One Piece. I'm not a fan of it. But
I watched one episode of the live action.
Pokemon, One Piece. That might be it. It might just be 2, or I might be forgetting one. Dragon Ball's huge.
If we're talking about merchandise, every store I go in, there's Pokemon.
Yeah.
And 90% of the stores is Dragon Ball.
Interesting.
I think I see more Dragon Ball than One Piece, to be honest. But I've only been here for a week, so what do I know?
I think Dragon Ball doesn't create as many new fans as One Piece because they are not actively doing much with the franchise. They are doing some things constantly, like Dragon Ball Heroes, is a huge arcade game here.
Yeah.
But One Piece, the anime is still fucking going. Yeah. They're still releasing movies pretty often. There's now the card game as well, so they have a TCG.
There's also a Dragon Ball TCG. that it's not that popular, but like
it's Dragon Ball Heroes though, right? It's the arcade cards, I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the ones that are like compatible with the arcade. It's not like an actual.
Oh, okay.
You don't play with the cards. You like they have like a QR code or something or a chip that you use on arcade machines. So it's not. Yeah, I don't think it's a playing card game, but there are some cards. Yeah. So Dragon Ball's big, but One Piece is just like so in your face.
Right.
But anyway, Digimon obviously is smaller than those, but you still see some stuff. But I think Applemon being like the unpopular sibling of the Digimon one, like it's going to be extra hard to find those.
Yeah, sure. Fair enough.
But
yeah. Hey, I have a question about arcade, because you're clearly like way more of a Japanophile than I am, because you've been living here for like 5 years. When I was in China, I saw these arcades where they have like Pokemon and they put cards in and then they battle Pokemon in the arcade game. And I saw it here too. And they're using some kind of cards, but is it the same as like the TCG/OCG?
No, I think there's Pokemon. It's called like Mesostar. They're little plastic chips that are kind of like pill shaped, about that size. I'm showing Wolf.
Yeah.
And you can get them and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've never actually tried it because it's one of those things where
it seemed complex, to be honest.
I think it was a little too complex for me to understand potentially, but also it's one of those things that I think it's like gambling-ish. It's like an arcade machine. Right. You have to play the machine, and then I think you like fight a Pokemon or something. Yeah. And I don't think it's like if you win, you get that Pokemon. I think like if you win, you roll a dice. Yeah. Right. And so I think you end up having to like just farm it basically. Yeah. So it's a big money sink. But yeah, you can see the chips around. Some of the chips have really nice art. Some of them are really awful, just like CG models, just like tacked on. Right. But some of them have like really nice original art. There was a McDonald's promo where you could get some before. That was cool. It was like Pikachu and Arceus, with like nice original art. Yeah, I think it's called like Mesostar or Mesostar. So that's different to the regular TCG. Again, I don't know if those have. I think those must have like a QR code on the back that the machine scans. But I like the idea, and that's what Dragon Ball Heroes are as well. They're like cards or these like little plastic chips. There's different games that have plastic chips. Some have cards. And you like scan them and interface with the arcade game using these like physical stuff, which is cool as someone who likes to collect cards.
It honestly reminds me of Mega Man. Like when they had the battle chips and they put it in the PET and stuff.
Yeah.
That's like Battle Network then.
Yeah.
But that unfortunately that is not popular enough to be anywhere.
Yeah, I think like Japan is quite special in the way that they just have such a large amount of arcade infrastructure that these games can be popular, and it's like enough part of the culture that there's a chance. But if you try to do it in like the West, like you'd need like arcade machines like in every city in large numbers for it to be commercially viable, and there just isn't that infrastructure, so you couldn't deliver that product.
Exactly.
But it's cool. I don't really actively engage with any of those arcade machines currently. There used to be one. I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter. Have you played Monster Hunter?
A little.
So I'm a big fan, and there was a game called Monster Hunter Spirits where it was a card one, and it was short-lived. But when I came on to Japan, I spent, I think it was Ichiman Go Senen, which is like 15,000 yen on that machine in 100 yen. So that's like 150 times I played that machine, which is a lot for a machine, 100 yen at a time. I loved it. It was so good, but it was short-lived. It died while I had come back to live in the UK and before I moved here, which was a shame. But so those machines are cool. There's different ones. There's some like Dragon Ball Heroes where you have like a big screen, you put the cards on and they like summon your different characters, and then you like move them tactically. It's like a big on this screen, so you can like there's like I think like a front line, a back line, and a mid line, and you can like tactically position your team. So, but it was too complicated. I played it once and I was like, it's too much for me, and I wasn't going to invest time to learn. But there's different ways. I've seen other ones that are like seem to be original franchises, not like existing IP, where they have like weird tactical boards where you're like what do you call it, like strategy games. So yeah, they're cool. I like them. I like that they exist, but I don't partake really. But if they brought that Monster Hunter one back, I'd be very poor. Or if they brought a different Pokemon one back, maybe. But I think Pokemon Megastar is like more aimed at kids.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
The people I saw play were like in their 30s, I think.
Oh, I mean, with anything, you see that like Cardcaptor Sakura will have an arcade game and there'll be like 40-year-old guys playing it or whatever. It'll be like Idolmaster or like some princess game, Purikura or something, and there'll be like adult men and adult people playing it. But
no judgment, by the way. Just
no. I mean, you know, look, I respect otaku. I'm with you, but but I think it is marketed more to kids. The art style is not as conducive to adults, I think. Right. But doesn't mean adults can't enjoy it. You could say the same about regular Pokemon, right? Sure. Which I would say children are the main market for the main games. That's why often they're like pretty easy, and often you're in school, right?
It's kind of linear,
the setting and stuff.
Although the latest games were open world, but still very linear.
Did you play Scarlet and Violet?
Yes.
The fact that it was so weird when you'd get like an old man wearing the shorts and like the school uniform. It's so creepy. So I think like it's targeted at kids, but made in a way that like adults can still enjoy it. But I don't think it's necessarily made with adults in mind. Sometimes there's little factors that I'm like, I wish it was made with adults in mind as well.
Right.
Because sometimes I'm like, this is a little bit kiddie for me, and my enjoyment is clearly not the priority here. Fair enough. Like kids is who they're aiming it at, but you can still enjoy it. But Pokemon Megastar, like it seems approachable to kids. The machines, they're all like super low down so the kids can reach it and stuff. Have you been to a Pokemon Center yet?
No.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah.
There's a bunch. There's one in Sendai. There's always a couple by Pokemon centers. Often kids are playing them, but adults too. But I think there's some games where it's only adults, and certainly that's not the case with Pokemon Megastar. But
I've purposefully not been to a Poké Center yet because I've been trying not to buy stuff. And Poké Centers have such cool stuff.
Yeah.
Especially because like what's it called? Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
It just came out, the new game.
Oh, are you a fan?
No. But there's gonna be Japan exclusive stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really hard not to buy things that I just can't get at all when I leave.
I mean, everything in a Pokemon set is going to be exclusive.
Not necessarily. And also nowadays there's a Poké Center in London too.
No, they did a limited time one.
Really? Is it already gone?
Yeah. It was there for like a month or something.
Really?
Like 4 or 5 years ago or something. And then they did another one for Pokemon Worlds. It wasn't a Pokemon Center, I don't think. It was like a Pokemon shop because they did the big tournament in London this summer. And there was like a store, but I don't think it was a full Pokemon set, which sucks because I would love it. And there was like cool original Pokemon London merch, like with Pikachu with like a top hat kind of thing. And I didn't get any of it, which was a shame. Okay. There was no cards. There was no London Pokemon cards, which I'm glad that I did not miss. Otherwise, I'd be so sad. But yeah, it was limited time, and there is now a UK online Pokemon Center.
Oh.
And same there's an American one, and I think maybe some other countries too. But there's no permanent one in the UK, and I think there was one in America somewhere that got closed down recently. And again, I think there's just like it's not in the kind of cultural norm for it to be financially that viable outside of Japan, which is a shame, because like for people like us, it's like great. Yeah. But unfortunately, a lot of people are not like us in the West, and so I think that there is a couple. There was one in Singapore, I think, but I don't know if it's still there. But yeah, there is at least one outside of Japan, or was, but I don't know how permanent those are or how long they'll last. But Yeah, but yeah, a lot of stuff on the online Pokemon Center in the UK, it doesn't look as good quality.
Oh, really?
Like, a lot of times I'm like, we've got the similar stuff here in Japan, but it's just a bit better. I'm sorry to say. But there is some cool stuff. I was looking on there today, and there was these figures that are fairly nice that we don't have here. The quality is not super high, but they're like scenes. There's like a Gengar and a Pikachu, and they're like, it's like a whole little figure, which is cool. Yeah. It'd be cool if we had them here. We don't have the same kind of thing, but yeah, the modeling was not super great. But yeah, there's some cool stuff, but generally Japan gets all the good stuff, which is why I came here.
Sure, fair enough. Yeah.
But
that's probably the reason I'm not here.
Oh yeah, dangerous. Yeah.
I don't want to spend all my money on that stuff.
Yeah, I think if certainly from what I've seen at the online UK Pokemon Center, I don't think they get even like 1% of the stuff that we have. Like, I think it's totally different. The stuff that's made in Japan is only for Japan. So I really doubt it would be just Detective Pikachu, unless like that's only the thing you're interested in. Everything else there, stationery, clothes, plushies, toys, games, and it will all be stuff that isn't really in. There might be comparable stuff, but a lot of it there won't be comparable stuff, and also it might be like slightly different. So it's dangerous. So I guess you got to consider that. But depends how strong-willed you're feeling. If you're feeling strong-willed enough to just look, is a wonderland. But yeah, it might just make you sad.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. But, that's what I felt so far.
Yeah.
I have very limited backspace, almost on purpose.
Yeah, well, that's good. You said you're trying to be more minimalist. I respect that.
Exactly. But it's been so hard not to buy stuff. Like, I've seen stuff that I'm interested in almost every street corner. Yeah. And sometimes it's just hard to walk away.
Yeah, I struggle with that as well, but I'm not necessarily even trying to stop. I just accepted it. I get enjoyment out of it, and then so that's good enough for me. But at some point I may have to follow your path. But for now, not yet.
When I was in China, like in Shanghai, we found this tower, 7 floors of all kinds of anime merch, Marvel merch, like all kinds of stuff that we would love. Yeah. And when we were there, I was like, this country, they have perfected consumerism. Now I'm in Tokyo. I'm like, the Chinese know nothing.
They don't. Yeah, it's similar to you were saying. WeChat. Is it WeChat?
Yeah.
That was kind of dystopian. The consumerism in Japan is in some ways dystopian, but I love my treats. I love my anime stuff, and so in some ways it's kind of like just consume. But
we need our dopamine.
Yeah, and that is my drug, and that's how I get it. But I constantly need to downsize stuff. When I buy stuff, and like stuff I was looking at today with you, and I'm like, I am going to put this in a box and like never look at it again. Like sometimes I'll buy like, I don't know, like a wearable thing, like a watch, for example, and then I'm like, I'm not even going to wear this. I'm just buying this watch because I like it. But I'm like, I think part of the issue is like not being rich. And similar to what I was talking about earlier as well, not on podcast, of being stuff being limited time available only. I worry sometimes, like I've got this Digimon wallet I bought. It was expensive. It was like 12,000 yen or something. Super nice. It's like a nice black wallet with a nice pattern inside. It has like a pixelated metal egg like stamp on the outside. It looks beautiful, but I'm scared of using it. And that one I may use eventually, but I'm scared because I'm like, once that's damaged and gone, I can't replace it. So a lot of stuff I buy, and I'm like, if I had more money that I knew that I could buy like a new one like down the line, but like people that resell stuff, it's just too expensive. So I'm like, I I've got a lot of stuff that I'm like, I'd love to use this, but I'm too scared of it being damaged, and then I can't replace it. Which is a sad existence in some ways, because it's like you can never enjoy them. But I think one of the reasons that I let myself get away with it is occasionally I'll go sort through my treasure trove, and it like brings me so much joy of like, oh my God, this thing I bought like years ago, like I've got this crazy thing, and I'm like, I'm so glad that I've got this. And you just get that dopamine back. So that's why I allow myself it. If I, what was that? Were you conscious of that lady? There's that Japanese lady on Netflix that was to do with tidying.
Oh, Marie Kondo.
Yeah. And her whole thing was like, if it sparks joy, if it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. I'm like, it still sparks joy for me. Yeah. So Marie Kondo, she knows what she's talking about, and that's what I live by.
You know, you can solve that issue of having something that you don't want to use because it might get damaged. You just buy 2.
I do that a lot. But the issue is like a 12,000 yen wallet. Like buying 2 of that is like hard. But
12,000 yen is like what, 100 euros approximately?
Yeah. It's not crazy,
bad.
but it adds up if you're getting 2 of everything.
Sure, yeah.
So often I do get 2. That we got with the movie, we got a pack of cards.
Right.
I have another ticket for this movie.
Oh, really?
Because I don't want to open that one, so I'm going to go back at some point, get another one for my pack, because I collect sealed packs.
Right.
So I'm like, then I can have a sealed one. And
you want to see what's in it?
I do, but I didn't want to ask you to open it.
Let's open it.
It comes with some promos, and you were talking about some of them are promos, some of them are reprints with different art.
Yeah. They do that really often. I have a couple of them already, in Japanese ones. Let's see, what do we have? We have. I can't read the names, of course, because they're in Japanese. Well, how does this open?
Has it got a band on it?
Yeah. I thought I could slide it off, but it's too tight. The ones in the Netherlands you can just slide off. Oh, it's not fully off. Now it's off. I got it.
Let's see. Chibimon, right? Chibimon.
Let's put this away. Of course, we have duplicates of everything.
Yeah, it's meant to be like a deck, but I don't think it's a full like count. Vmon, nice art.
Yeah, good. With the sunglasses.
I'm gonna come around so I can see that.
We have another Vmon.
Yeah.
Just it's a
different art and different.
Just an actual different card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just different art.
Yeah.
X Vmon.
Nice.
What is on the background? He's fighting something. Is that Stingmon?
Stingmon there.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Another
X Vmon, different art. Oh wait, what's the? That's a structure deck. So that's a reprint. Some of these might be. Oh, I can see on the back.
Yeah.
Oh no, I can't.
Some of these are BT12. Some of these are ST9.
Any that say promo, like I think there's the new Digimon is in here somewhere.
Right. Here we have Pildramon. Another
one.
Wormmon.
Okay, so this is like a blue-green deck. Stingmon,
yeah. Another Stingmon. Only one Wormmon though. That's.
Is that a holo? No, just regular.
No, it's just regular. Nice. This is
Imperialmon.
Yeah. What is it?
Dragon mode?
The Dragon mode. Yeah.
Nice. 2
of them. Another Vmon.
That one's a promo,
That's
right?
a promo.
What number?
P117.
Oh, so that's a new promo. So this might be the first printing of it.
Oh, and
Ukomon. It is Ukomon.
P123, also a promo.
Yeah, nice. Another promo. What's his
face?
Can't see it.
Moto
Daisuke.
I can read Japanese.
Nui, right?
The new guy.
Nice.
Owada
Rui?
Rui?
Nui, yeah.
Owada. Okay. Well, now we know his last name. We didn't know that before. That wasn't in the movie.
We would have made the movie a lot better if we knew.
Yeah.
That's a reprint. What number is it?
P036.
Yeah, so that's a new one. Sorry, a new art, but a reprint of an old promo. Nice.
Yeah.
Daisuke.
And
some information cards, and then there's a memory gorge at the back. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And
advertisement
for the Metal Grey one. This is one of those building pack thingies.
Yeah, I really wanted to get that one, but I want the black one because it reminds me of the Digimon World 1.
Right. Oh, and here we have B memory ads.
Yeah, for the Vital Breath.
Yeah, and some plushes.
Oh yeah, that's the That's what it looks like. It's a
bracelet.
watch. Yeah.
Right.
And then you change. It's like each one of those is like a USB almost that has like a whole Digivice worth of content.
Oh wow.
And you like change it so, like what's on the other side?
So it's like a Fitbit kind of.
Yes. It's meant to record your pulse, but it's again marketed at kids,
Right.
and so it's not as accurate.
And here we have more
Card game.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's upcoming deck.
Oh, with Lopmon and
Terriermon.
Terriermon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Nice.
that. Yeah, that's a memory gorge for the game.
Yeah. What is this? Oh, this is explaining the.
App,
This is
yeah,
for the update of the app of the
game.
what do you call
like
it? The tutorial app.
Yeah.
I downloaded and played it already.
Oh, nice. I still haven't properly learned how to play.
Oh, really?
I
sometimes play with my girlfriend.
Hey, awesome. Yeah, I haven't played yet.
She sometimes beats me.
Hey,
not often. No,
yeah.
she's really smart in games specifically. But when it comes to TCG, like Pokemon is too easy. Like the Pokemon TCG is too simple. It's just not interesting.
Okay.
But with like Digimon or Yu-Gi-Oh we've tried, where every card basically has its own effect and says, screw the rules, I've got money.
Yeah.
Then she takes forever to make a move. Because she can't like have it all
not
in her
decisive
head.
enough.
Like, well, not necessarily decisive enough, but she can't have like the synergies between cards. She can't understand.
I see.
So yeah, we've played, but it's often one-sided with Digimon.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I used to play Pokemon with my ex. That was fun.
You didn't feel like it was too easy? Like, I feel like it's very straightforward.
It is, but I kind of like that. Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes it's so complicated that you forget the rules and end up cheating half the time because you don't like follow the rules totally. And also, Yu-Gi-Oh! Annoys me because like one turn win, like first turn, what's it called?
OTK.
First turn OTK, yeah. It's just like that. It's not fun for me. It's like great. Any time where you have to like wait while your opponent does like a 10-minute turn. Yeah. It's just like I don't know. I don't get enjoyment out of that. Pokemon is simple, but I kind of like the simplicity. And I like Pokemon. So, but yeah, I agree. Pokemon is definitely a younger target market, but yeah, still fun, and it worked for her. So,
fair enough.
Yeah.
It is a very easy game to learn.
Yeah,
which is also a plus.
I like the simplicity. It's got a balance to it. All right, I think we're pretty. You need to get back to your hotel, and I need to get home before the
I
last
have
train.
Early Shinkansen tomorrow. So
what time?
I don't actually know. I think we did 10 something.
10. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
You get from Tokyo Station?
No, from here.
Oh, from Ueno.
We can just get it from Ueno Station to directly to Sendai.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And so you've got some plans, but are you fully planned up, or are you just like winging it?
We booked everything because like I don't need a visa to go to Japan. I can just because I'm Dutch, I can go to Japan for 3 months. Don't need a visa. But my girlfriend is Chinese. She needs a visa for basically every country, and it wasn't that easy for her to get it. So we had to basically plan everything, like have an itinerary, and then they would review it, and then she got in the end she got the visa. So it's all fine, but that means that we had to plan everything beforehand. So we did 1 week in Tokyo. That's now over. Then we go to Sendai. I think we stayed there 3 or 4 days. And then we take Shinkansen to Osaka, which takes like 7 hours. It's so long. Then we stay in Osaka, I think a little longer, almost a week, I think. But that's because around that area you have Nara, you have Kyoto, you have Kobe. And it was just cheapest to stay in Osaka. And we have the JR Rail Pass, so we can just like, it's a half an hour to any of those cities by train.
Sweet.
So we will do some day trips there, and from Osaka we will then fly to what's the southern island again? Sorry.
Okinawa?
Okinawa, yeah, we'll fly to Okinawa. We'll stay there for I think a week. Yeah, and then we will fly back to Hiroshima, and from there we'll take Shinkansen back to Tokyo.
Very nice.
For like 2-3 more days. So that's the plan. So like the individual days, we don't really have a plan of we're going to this castle, we're going to this shrine, whatever.
Okay.
But we do have this, like we know where we're going to sleep every day.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And then after we leave Japan, we go to Thailand for another month.
Yeah.
And,
world tour.
Sorry?
It's like a world tour.
Wow.
You've been around.
Asian tour.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And then after Thailand, we go home. We fly the 26th of December, arrive the 27th.